Everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of the Servant X Service episode 12. There is no summary on Wikipedia right now, so I don't know what the title of it is, but I'll put in the title of my video when it comes out. And this is it's episode 13, sorry. And this is the last episode of the series, too, by the way, so yeah. So my next video is going to be my review of the series as a whole. Alright, so I can finally finish up the series. Quite honestly, this was not a perfect episode, but I think it was a perfect ending. It was so good, and no summary, by the way, because there isn't one here just yet, so no summary. I wasn't aware that there wasn't one until I did the review, or else I might have, until I watched the episode, or else I might have made my own script. Maybe. But anyways, so let's get into it. No summary, this is just going to be a straightforward review, talking about favorite points, least favorite points, pros and cons. So yeah, so this episode was the funniest episode in the series thus far, period. Alright, I mean, you had scenes like when Hasebe was finally confessing to Lucy about his father making up her name, with people like Tanaka and Shannon and Toko both at once, as well as the section manager coming in to interfere, or basically walking to them and then trying to interfere once they see what's happening. The two of them seems like they're having kind of a romantic moment, which more or less they kind of are. Even if they wouldn't be willing to admit to it, more or less they kind of were. But, you know, Megumi and the other two are willing to get rid of them for them. That was pretty funny. And also before that, all these scenes with Hasebe trying to confess to Lucy, but failing, was fucking hilarious. Alright, and also the final scene before the final credits, or scenes after the credits too, but the scene before the credits was also like hilarious, with the ones who were trying to interfere before. I'm not even going to try to list off all the names. Finding out and basically criticizing them for, Tanaka's like, I challenge you, Hasebe. There was this really funny scene after the credits with Cannon repairing the section manager, who's supposed to be her father. So this was all an elaborate plot from her, or maybe maybe the stuffed animal itself just broke down. All I can tell is that all I can really tell at this point is that, that's not actually her father. Her father is probably human as well, which I kind of figured anyways, but, like, I don't know if that means that she was just playing everyone like a fiddle with that or not. I thought that was really funny as well. There's a lot of really funny moments here. Like, towards the beginning of the episode, Megumi seems to be either really inconsiderate of Hasebe's feelings, or she doesn't realize it because, or either she is intentionally or she is without realizing it, because she kept saying keeps saying ha whenever Hasebe's explaining things to everyone to try to lighten the mood, but it only puts more nails in the fucking coffin. But one of my favorite parts about this episode was Lucy's reaction when Hasebe finally confesses to her, because Hasebe thought that she'd hate her, that he would hate him. His father gave her that long ass name because Hasebe himself was in the hospital with a fever, and his father was really worried, so he wasn't thinking straight. Alright, and he thought that she would blame him, which she didn't. She said what was telling him. It's not your fault that you have a fever. Anyone can have a fucking fever. No shit. That's one thing I didn't like about this episode, was Hasebe's attitude towards us. Like, Really, dude, are you that fucking dumb? Anyone can have a fever. I have fevers all the fucking time. I mean, really. That's just dumb to me, alright? But thankfully Lucy is not that dumb. Yeah, so that's something I didn't like in the other episode, was how Fairy's attitude. Also, the animation isn't the greatest. It's never been. And the animation's always been really poor. So it's not something that's new, but it's still here, so it's still something I feel like I have to mention. Alright. Here, what else to mention about this episode? Not a whole lot. And the episode ended on a very good note. The ending of the episode, because I've always said that the ending of anything, a book, an anime, a manga, a TV show, a movie, a cartoon, a comic, you know, what have you, the ending is paramount. Because if you don't have a good ending, most of the time, everything that leads up to it is absolutely fucking worthless. Most of the time. Now, there are a few exceptions to this, but most of the time that is the case. And I felt that this ending was very good and very well done. And I really enjoyed it. So, overall rating for this episode, I'm going to give it a really good. This is a really good final episode. I'm debating saying it's one of the best final episodes I've ever seen. It's not the best. I'm debating saying it's one of the best final episodes I've ever seen. I mean as a whole. I don't mean any particular scene in it, because take Code Geass, for example, which is a far different anime, I know, but take that for example. The entire final episode wasn't the best ending I've ever seen. It was that final, well, not the very final scene, but the scene where Lelouch dies, basically. That's the scene that makes it, it's like, that's what makes my favorite anime ending ever. But the entire episode's not my favorite final episode. Alright? That's not what makes my favorite anime ending ever. Yeah, just to give you some perspective there. So, this episode is definitely one of my favorite final episodes in the anime, but definitely not my favorite though. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it, so it was a really good episode. So yeah. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to leave you off here, and my next video, as I said before, is going to be my review of Servant X Service as a whole. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.